So here we are, finally. I've talked about this and I've procrastinated and had self doubt. Didn't know if I really wanted to do this, but have been inspired by some really wonderful people. So here we go. This is the beginning. This is the beginning of my journal, my journey, my vlog, my travel blog. I'm not sure what it's going to be. I just know that I want to start recording life. And this is the easiest way for me to do it. Pen and paper is difficult. I agonize too much. And if I can just put out there what I want to say, it's going to be much easier. So here we are. So what is this? Who am I? Why am I in a cemetery? This is fun. Um, so my name is David Allred. That's my legal birth name. I go by Dave as a nickname. My chosen married name is last name is Bucket. So there's Dave Bucket, there's David Allred, and there's also Sister Crisco Kringle, because I'm also a fully professed sister in an order of queer clown drag nuns, as I like to say, sacred nuns, sacred clown nuns, the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. I'm waving. As I was sitting here getting ready to start this video, a car pulls up behind me, and it's a second cousin I haven't seen in 20 years. So we just had a really nice long chat. It was so great to see Mary. Mary, it was good to see you. Take care of yourself, and we'll see you again soon. So, yeah, so weird. Just sitting in some random cemetery. It's not random. There's a reason. Uh, so, Sister Crisco Kringle, as many of you know. So this video, this endeavor of this YouTube channel, is just a way for me to journal, and I invite anybody to read my journals. Don't wait until I'm dead. Do it now. If you want to know what my thoughts are on what I'm doing and where I'm going, where I'm traveling, follow along. However, where was I at? Oh, by the way, I do have a cheat here to keep me on track because I get off track. Who am I? What am I doing? Dave Allred, married to Daryl. Daryl Woodson Brandon III. Also goes by his married name is Daryl Bucket. He and I have been together as of 2 days ago, 31 years. We've been legally married since 2008, so that's what, 15, 16 years, something like that. And that anniversary comes up in June 20th. Yeah, 6/20. And we're we're getting ready to start this journey of a little bit of travel. So why this channel? Why this journal? Why did I want to do this? So the name of this channel is Carry On My Wayward Nun. And this was chosen by a lot of my friends, a lot of y'all out there who might be looking at this. Carry on is a phrase. The dictionary is something to the point of, to continue doing what you're doing, and usually in a positive way. And that's what I want to do. I want to carry on. I want to carry on with what I've learned since as an adult and in the past 10 years about myself, and how to deal with folks and how to be a better person. I've grown so much because of my affiliation and association with the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. I've become a much better human being. I've learned a lot about myself, and I want to continue that growth. I want to continue being a better person to myself and the people around me. So that's the Carry On. And Wayward Nun, because I will be wayward. We will be bouncing around different places, doing different things. and I really want to share that I'm excited about what's going on, and how we are lucky enough to be able to do this. Um, so my inspiration, my inspiration for a journal is right here next to me. I'm in a cemetery. This is, and I have next to me my great grandmother, and next to my great grandmother and my great grandfather. So Beatty Irene Hancock Allred, Harvey Allred, and then next to Harvey Allred is my grandfather, David Sherman Allred, and then a great uncle, another great uncle, and then my father on the end down there. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there's my father on the end. I'm inspired to make this journal, to create this by my great grandmother, Beatty, and by my grandfather, David. Beatty kept journals, you know, writing, and for much of her life, and and I knew her. I was lucky enough to know my great grandmother, and just a wonderful. Everybody loved Mama. We call her Mama. Everybody loved her. So when she died, she was 90, a little over 90 years old when she died, and we got access to her journals, and it's so amazing to read just about everyday life. You know, I don't remember what year it was, but look it up because I'm not. But she just writes about mundane everyday life. But then these extraordinary things will be in these journals. The example that I always talk about this is, you read one day she would put the day and the date and the year. Got up this morning. Harv went to collect rent. I went out to the yard, collected eggs from the chickens, fed the chickens. Mrs. Schrader and I went to lunch downtown, and President Roosevelt died. So there, it's just you get a slice of life in the 1940s or the 1920s, of everyday life, what life was like. But then all of a sudden, peppered in will be these national, international events, things that happen. Children going off to war, and it's fascinating to read these old journals. I think so anyway. And then there was David Sherman Allred, my grandfather. In the early 70s, he got a cassette recorder, and he would record conversations. So it was a form of journaling, sometimes just his own conversations. He one that I listened to last couple of weeks ago. He was driving from Phoenix back to southern Oklahoma to his family home, and then back to Phoenix. And all along the way, he would as he would make different milestones in the trip, he would start the recorder and talk about the weather, or where he was, or where he stopped to have lunch. And it's just fascinating. And then the one that I had never heard before, and I heard it 3 weeks ago. I did not realize that he would record telephone conversations. Nowadays that seems kind of weird. It probably is weird, probably illegal, but he would record phone conversations. So there's this cassette, and I'm listening to it, and you can hear he's got this thing connected to the phone, and you can hear the phone ringing, and then the phone picks up, and there's this young child that answers the phone, and my grandfather he says hello. The child says hello. My grandfather says hello, and he says, "Who is this?" And it was me. I was 12, 13 years old, and I'm answering the phone from my grandfather. And all I could think was, talk to him. You know, just I'm like, talk to him. You won't get a chance again. So there's my inspiration. Ah, I don't know if I said it or not, but this vlog, it's not going to be edited. I'm just going to record things. I'm going to put it out there, because that's what you do. If I had pen and paper, I would just start scribbling and write things, and one of these days somebody would see it. But this is for me, and so it won't be edited. It will be live. So my inspiration for doing this, there's my mom red, and there's my grandfather, and there's my inspiration. That's why I wanted to do this. Uh, so why? What am I doing? Why? Here we are in the cemetery just outside of Loco, Oklahoma. By the way, even notice it's kind of windy today. This is the best day. I tried to do this about 3 or 4 days ago. It was probably 4 or 5 days ago. The trees just started blooming and there was pollen everywhere. And I was out here sitting and trying to get into this. And I started sneezing and coughing and hacking, and it wasn't pretty. It wasn't pretty at all. So I had to stop and, came back a few days later. I only have a few days left here. Daryl and I will be heading out soon, Friday, which will be this is what is today? This is Tuesday. Friday, we're heading out. We're heading out of Dallas Fort Worth DFW, flying down to Miami, where we are getting on a ship, one of Virgin Voyages ships, the Valiant Lady, and we're headed to Barcelona. And this is part of what I want to share. Just my travels, our travels. He will sometimes be part of this, but if anybody knows Daryl, and some of y'all may, he's not about doing this. He's a little bit shy. He'll be into some of them. He'll be in the background sometimes, but yeah. So what happened? Why? How are we doing this? How are we fortunate enough to be able to travel? I worked for over 22 years with Comcast, NBC Universal, as a technical trainer. I loved my job. Um, it was a passion. I loved working with folks. I did a lot of safety and new hire onboarding, and I would train new technicians. And it was a very rewarding career because you learn that I got to influence or help people grow in life, and I can look back and there's folks that I had in training that have now gone on to bigger and better things. They've progressed within the company, or they've moved to other companies. But these are folks that are being successful in life, whether career wise or whatever. But the ability to have an influence on somebody's personal career, personal life, and it was a blast. I had a good time. So I'm not there anymore. Um, I was every couple of years they would offer a voluntary retirement package, a buyout package, and I kind of expected there would be one later in 2023. It came suddenly in the fall of 2022, and it was an offer I couldn't refuse. It was a great offer. We're very fortunate. So we've sold everything we own. We sold our cars, our house. We sold all of our possessions except for a few. We sold 98% of everything we own. A few personal items and cherished things, but everything's gone. We sold it all. We sold it all so that we could travel. and the house went really fast in Memphis, and we came here to southern Oklahoma to the family home to wait out until we take the ship across the ocean. So we're doing this on a very tight budget. We intend to try to do this, and we know it can be done because we're following other folks who do it. We're going to do this on basically our Social Security and try not to touch our savings. And it's possible. It's proven to be possible. Now, can we stick to that budget? We're going to have to. We really need to. But yes, we're selling off to Barcelona. So it's a 15-day journey from Miami to Barcelona with a few stops. There's a stop in the Bahamas at a beach club, a stop in Lisbon, a stop in Cadiz, Spain, another stop in Mallorca, I believe. I don't know. We'll find out. And then finally to Barcelona. And that's where I'm going to end this. It has been it's been a great life. It's been a wonderful life. So it's great. I can't believe that this is happening. That we're here and this is happening. And the decision to actually not work for a few more years, which I could have done, was you have to ask yourself. I've got my ancestors sitting right next to me, or they're not sitting here; they're kind of buried. And you got to say, what do you want to do? I'm 60 and a half. I'll be 61 in July. What do I have? Daryl's 62. What do we have? 20 good, healthy years? Let's be realistic. So the question that we both ask ourselves and we talked about is, what do we want to do with the last 20 years of our lives? And travel is so important to me, and it's something I want to do. Experience different cultures, experience folks, spend time with friends and family around the world. And I love graveyards. I've visited the graves of ancestors all over this country and around the world, and I hope to continue to do that. So yeah, what do you want to do? I want to travel, and that's what we intend on doing. Let me check my cheat sheet here. Yeah, I don't know if I talked about Daryl and I. We have one adult son, daughter-in-law, amazing human beings. So proud of them. And we have 3 grandsons, 2 adult grandsons, and one who is just 7 at this time. And we love them all, and they're just wonderful people. So and hope that in our travels they can join us at some point. Well, how do we end this? Yeah, this is the first one of these things. I've never done this before. My self-doubt and everything. So carry on. Each and every one of you, carry on. Carry on with the good work out there. Know you're loved. Know your worth. And enjoy the weather. Look at this. Isn't this beautiful? Cemeteries are so peaceful. And this is, being here with my inspiration. So next week this time sometime I'll have some more to say. And hey, there may be times when I just decide to go live, and sometimes I just have something to say and I want to say it. So join me as I kind of record my and our travels and my emotions and the highs and the lows, and it's going to be an adventure, and let's do this. I'm ready to go now. And by the way, it's beautiful out here. It's a nice cool breeze now. See y'all later. Thank you.